Urban is into it. Because of weather is today बहुत ठंड लग रही है। आवाज आई थी विश्वास स्पीकर आवाज ही नहीं आता। में बारिश हो रही है। सत्ता में भी बारिश हो रही है।
बारिश से बहुत देर से सीता में
पहले तो तैयारी हो रही थी।
अच्छा, अब बारिश हो गई। लेके ट्रेन पहले था।
हाँ, बारिश हो जाएगी तो क्या हो जाएगा। नोटिस निन्नं च थालं च पूरयन्तो महामेघोपवसितवदेव सुत्वा देवस्य वसुतो एवं मत्थम धनियो सभ्यस्य। धनियस ने ये बोला। अब कब क्या हुआ? निन्नं च थालं च पूरयन्तो, निन्ने मतलब जो डाउन प्लेस है और जो प्लेन ग्राउंड है वो सारे के सारे पानी से भर गए। सुत्वा देवस्य वसुतो, बारिश को आवाज को सुनते हुए धनिया ने ये कहा। ठीक है, तो बीच की बात थी ना।
लाभ वाता नो अनपक्का ये मयन भगवतन अग्साम सरनाम तन उपेमा चक्मा सत्ता नो होगी तुवम महामुनि।
लाभवत नो अनपक्का। अपक्का मतलब अन अप मतलब छोटा, अनप मतलब जो छोटा नहीं है। तो लाभ हमको बहुत होगा। इट इज इंडीड अ ग्रेट गेन। ये मह्यम भगवंतम अदर्शन, जो मैंने भगवान के दर्शन किए। शरणम तम उपेम चक्षुमा, वी टेक रिफ्यूज इन द person who is the wise person, चक्षुमा the one person with the eye. Sattha no hovi tuvam mahamuni, O great sage, please be our teacher. So this is what Dhanya is saying. And he is continuing. Gopi cha hancha asava brahmincharyam sugate चारामासे जाति मरणासा पारागु दुख असंख्यक दुख संतक गोपी, गोपी मतलब मेरी पत्नी, गोपी च अहं च सव, गोपी and myself both are loyal to you, or you can say obedient. ब्रह्मचर्यम सुवते चरामासम, and we lead a holy life, ब्रह्मचर्य का जीवन जिएंगे आपके सूरत के सामने, भगवान के सामने कह लो, इन प्रेजेंस ऑफ गॉड। जाति मरण से पार हो, जाति और मरण जन्म और मृत्यु से हम पार हो जाएंगे। दुख से अंत करा भव, और इस तरह से हम सारे दुख अंत कर देंगे। उसको इतना कॉन्फिडेंस हो गया। See, interestingly, इति मारो पापिमा, बीच में मार भी बोल रहा है उनको। नंदति पुत्रे ही पुत्रिमा गोमा गोही तथा वे नंदति उपाधि ही नरस्य नंदना नहीं सो नंदति रूपाधि। तो वो क्या कह रहा है, नंदति पुत्रे ही पुत्रिमा, जिसके पुत्र हैं वो उस पुत्रों में डिलाइट करता है, एंजॉयज देम। गोमा गोमी गोही तथा वे नंदति, जिसके पास कैटल हैं वो कैटल में डिलाइट करता है। उपाधि ही नरस्य नंदना, जो वेल्थ है, उपाधि सेंस में वेल्थ का सेंस में यूज किया है, वही नर का मनुष्य का डिलाइट का कारण है। नहीं सो नंदति यो निरुपाधि, जिसके पास कोई वेल्थ ही नहीं है तो वो कैसे प्रसन्न रहेगा। सो लॉर्ड रिप्लाइज, सोचति पुत्रे ही पुत्र गोपियो गोहि तथा वे सोचती उपाधि ही नरस्य सोचना नहीं तो सोचती यो निरुपाधि। वही वर्ड यूज करके उसका मतलब बदल दिया। उपाधि का दूसरा मतलब है बॉन्डेज, अटैचमेंट टू द वेल्थ। सोचती पुत्र ही पुत्री में, जिसके बेटे हैं वो उनके बारे में परेशान होकर सोचता है, सोच सोच परेशान रहता है। गोपी और गोही कथे वो सोचती, जिसके गाय हैं वो उनके बारे में सोच सोच के परेशान रहता है। उपाधि नरस्य सोचना, जो उपाधि है वो लोगों का दुख का कारण है। बॉन्ड अटैचमेंट इज द कॉज ऑफ सफरिंग। नहीं सो सोचती यो निरुपाध, जिसके पास कोई उपाधि नहीं है उसको कोई दुख करने की जरूरत नहीं। धनिय सुक्तम द्वितीय अमृत, सेकेंड चैप्टर ऑफ द फर्स्ट, सेकेंड सब चैप्टर ऑफ द फर्स्ट सेक्शन। धनिय सुक्तम धनिय सुक्तम फॉर अस। ये बात समझ में कम आती, इस बात पे उनको काफी क्रिटिसाइज करते थे ना। सोचती पुत्र ही पुत्र, उसके जिसके बेटे हैं वो उनके बारे में कारण दुख पाता है। उपाधि शब्द के दो मतलब निकाल दिया। उपाधि एक्चुअली हिंदी में तो काइंड ऑफ achievement, and in that sense is used. उसमें भी अपने ऋग्वेद में भी इस तरह की एक आती है, जो हमारे टीचर थे वो उसको बताते थे तुमको करें। इसमें नहीं बोल रहा। काम करें। Arpan, can you see the screen?
The question, what shall we do about it, is only asked by those who do not understand the problem. If a problem can be solved at all, to understand it and to know what to do about it are the same thing. On the other hand, doing something about a problem which you do not understand is like trying to clear away darkness by thrusting it aside with your hands. When light is brought, the darkness vanishes at once. This applies particularly to the problem now before us. How are we to heal the split between I and me, the brain and the body, man and nature, and bring all the vicious circles which it produces to an end? How are we to experience life as something other than a honey trap in which we are struggling flies? How are we to find security and peace of mind in a world whose very nature is insecurity, impermanence, and unceasing change? All these questions demand a method and a course of action. At the same time, all of them show that the problem has not been understood. We do not need action yet, we need more light. Light here means awareness, to be aware of life, of experience as it is at this moment, without any judgment or ideas about it. In other words, you have to see and feel what you are experiencing as it is and not as it is named. This very simple opening of the eyes bring about the most extraordinary transformation of understanding and living and shows that many of our most baffling problems are pure illusions. This may sound like an oversimplification because most people imagine themselves to be fully enough aware of the present already, but we shall see that this is far from true. So here सती जो है सिम उसमें हम हमने एक बार पहले भी डिस्कस किया सर बट बेस्ड ऑन विधम्मा सती के फैक्टर्स जो हम डेवलप कर सकते हैं दे बाय डेफिनेशन आप कंडीशन के हम डेवलप कर सकते हैं but Ajahn Sumedho says the one who knows it is not conditioned. The one who knows the conditioning is not conditioned. So how do we comprehend sati in this totality? Something that can be developed and also having an attribute that because it is aware of the conditioning, it is not conditioned.
एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग डिस्कोर्स है, मैंने शायद एक बार पोस्ट किया था फेसबुक पर कि पूछते हैं व्हाट इज द रूट, नहीं एक वर्ड स्पेशल सोर्स या ऐसा कुछ वर्ड यूज करते हैं ऑफ माइंड सो ऑन, व्हाट इज द सोर्स ऑफ सती unconditioned. Rodney also points out the difference between sati and awareness. When there is awareness with an eye intact, it becomes sati. So when the eye is subdued, it becomes focus. Which I need to be full aware. Even in सती पठान में भी याद है ना, यावदे ज्ञान मत्था है सती मत्था है, सिर्फ ज्ञान है और माइंडफुलनेस, जानने वाला नहीं है. तो शुरू में तो भगवान कहते हैं अच्छा मीन्स सुखम वेदना वेदयामी प्रजानाती, तो जानने वाला है ना उसको. करते 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 ऐसी स्थिति आ जाएगी सिर्फ जानना रहेगा. यावदेव ज्ञान मत्ता है, केवल ज्ञान मात्र. सो यू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम नोइंग
And what Ram Samuddra refers as Sati Sampanna.
It means Sati has to be associated with Sampajanya, with the wisdom factor. तो ये wisdom में बता Sati by itself does not have wisdom. It has to be added with wisdom has to be added.
Sampajanya is
wisdom in various parts. It has comprehensive meaning. Sampajanya means all round comprehensive wisdom, observation and wisdom. संपजन्य में देखा ना संपजन्य तो ब्रह्म गच्छन्तो वा गच्छामि इति प्रजाना चलते हुए जानता है खाते हुए जानता है बैठते हुए जानता है एंड देन क्या जानता है क्या हो रहा है नोज की क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं क्या ऑब्जेक्टिव है इसको होता है 4 फैसेट्स हैं ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है करने का मुझे क्लियर है और वो मेडिटेशन का ऑब्जेक्ट मेरे सामने है कि नहीं है सो ऑल दोज एस्पेक्ट्स आर इंक्लूडेड इन इट एंड I am aware of मोह में तो नहीं हूँ, I am aware of the nature of experience, impermanence. Wisdom, all comprehending wisdom. That's why Sati is always has to be associated with Panya, always present. उसका फुटनोट में लिखा हुआ है इसके बारे में. अच्छा. The word awareness is used in the sense given by J. Krishnamurti, whose writing discussed this theme with extraordinary perception. इसमें अन्य फुटनोट्स है.
सर इसमें लास्ट में होने चाहिए. किसके वाले फुटनोट
ये बुक में फुटनोट नहीं
होने तो चाहिए. ये है सर. राइट.
जो एंड में दिया है.
ये तो लिंक ही दे रखा है पूरा.
चलो ठीक है मैंने पढ़ दिया. फुटनोट ना पढ़ दूं.
Because awareness is a view of reality free from ideas and judgments, it is clearly impossible to define and write down what it reveals. Anything which can be described is an idea, and I cannot make a positive statement about something, the real world, which is not an idea. I shall therefore have to be content with talking about the false impressions which awareness removes, rather than the truth which it reveals. The latter can only be symbolized with words which means little or nothing to those without a direct understanding of the truth in question. What is true and positive is too real and too living to be described, and to try to describe it like putting red paint on a red rose. Therefore, most of what follows will have to have a rather negative quality. The truth is revealed by removing things that stand in its light, an art not unlike sculpture, in which the artist creates not by building, but by hacking away. We saw the question about finding security and peace of mind in an impermanent world showed that the problem has not been understood. Before going any further, it must be clear that the kind of security we are talking about is primarily spiritual and psychological. To exist at all, human beings must have a minimum livelihood in terms of food, drink, and clothing, with the understanding, however, that it cannot last indefinitely. But if the assurance of minimum livelihood for 60 years would even begin to satisfy the heart of a man, human problems would amount to very little. Indeed, the very reason why we do not have this assurance is that we want so much more than the minimum necessities. It must be obvious from the start that there is a contradiction in wanting to be perfectly secure in a universe whose very nature is momentariness and fluidity. But the contradiction lies a little deeper than the mere conflict between the desire for security and the fact of change. If I want to be secure, that is, protected from the flux of life, I am wanting to be separate from life. Yet it is this very sense of separation that makes me feel insecure. To be secure means to isolate and fortify the I, but it is just the feeling of being an isolated I which makes me feel lonely and afraid. In other words, the more security I can get, the more I shall want. To put it more plainly, the desire for security and feeling of insecurity are the same thing. Powerful statement.
सिक्योरिटी किसको चाहिए? आई कुछ आई तो है, कुछ लोग कंफ्यूजन में रहते हैं।
To hold your breath is to lose your breath. A society based on the quest of security is nothing but a breath retention contest in which everyone is as stout as a drum and as purple as a beet. We look for this security by fortifying and enclosing ourselves in innumerable ways. We want the protection of being exclusive and special, seeking to belong to the safest church, the best nation, the highest class, the right set, and nice people. These defenses lead to divisions between us, and so to more insecurity, demanding more defenses. Of course, it is all done in the sincere belief that we are trying to do the right things and live in the best way. But this too is a contradiction. I can only think seriously of trying to live up to an ideal, to improve myself, if I am split in two pieces. There must be a good I who's going to improve the bad me. I, who has the best intentions, will go to work on wayward me, and the tussle between the two will very much stress the difference between them. Consequently, I will feel more separate than ever, and so merely increasing the lonely and cut off feeling which makes me behave so badly. We can hardly begin to consider this problem unless it is clear that craving for security is itself a pain and a contradiction, and that the more we pursue it, the more painful it becomes. So here this he's making this claim that the more we pursue it, the more painful it becomes. But we always say that we have to start by that. So if we start by that and pursue it, according to him, it will become even more painful.
You start by that and see the futility. ऐसे करते हैं कि मैं बहुत दुख से परेशान हूँ, इसके बयान करने या किसी के डिस्पोजल संगत words excuses. I was suffering a lot after thinking. Try to find where is the freedom from suffering in this world. So this is not a suffering in this world. This is, at last I found that there is no freedom from suffering. What a freedom. What a great relief. वो छोड़ दिया ना सोचना, ऐसा ही है, दुख है. If one accepts it in the deepest sense, then you are at peace with the reality. But you start with that quest. So you need to have that wisdom to be able to penetrate into the next first noble truth. अभी तो हम ignorance में इतने पड़े रहते हैं कि हम दुख का कारण बाहरी भाव मानते रहते हैं, उसी को छोड़ देते हैं.
So shouldn't then we start by trying to understand this, then
if one can understand it, but it's not counterintuitive है ना. It's counterintuitive to understand it easily. तो जब तक माइंड थोड़ा क्वाइट नहीं होगा तब तक काम नहीं होगा. It needs some practice that mind is quiet to investigate. जब इन्वेस्टिगेट नहीं हो पाता ना, माइंड इतना क्लटर्ड है कि हम अपने ही जो हमारे परसेप्शन है उसमें डेवलप करते रहेंगे, उसी हिसाब से देखते हैं. अब किसी की बिलीवमेंट हो गई तो उसको कहो कि दुख का कारण भी कुछ और है, तो वो बात निकाल देगा. What do you understand? Unless you see through it with a quiet mind, वो क्या रहा है मेरे लिए? जॉब चलेगी, आप उसको कहोगे अटैचमेंट के वर्क चले, इसलिए कुछ भी हो रहा है. Understand.
So is there any other way out other than to realize that the attachment is
Practice has to start from quiet. वो कभी सबसे बड़ी इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ है, माइंड थोड़ा क्वाइट, इसी का प्रैक्टिस हो जाता है. तो क्वाइट हो जाए माइंड, काफी इन्वेस्टिगेट कर सके कि वो क्या रहा है, बाहर क्या हो रहा है हमारे ऊपर। तो उससे सब तो प्रैक्टिस की जरूरत है, उसके बगैर होगा नहीं। उसके बगैर फिर आप वही या तो बहुत ज़्यादा इंटलेक्चुअल होंगे तो एक्टिविस्ट बन जाएंगे, कम्युनिस्ट बन जाएंगे, टेररिस्ट बन जाएंगे, कुछ ना कुछ तो करें नहीं करो संसार को बदल देंगे। ये सब लोग गलत सोच के कारण में इसी परिस्थिति में पहुंच जाते हैं लोग। जो शुरू नक्सलाइट बिगनिंग था वो चारों में दिन रहा, तो बहुत समझदार आदमी उन्होंने से एक माना है, तो खुदा में कुछ और चारा नहीं, बहुत इंसान नहीं सुधरेगा जब तक उनको the basic idea is change of perception. But to go through that change of perception, you will go in a directly, मतलब सेकंड है नाक डायरेक्टली पकड़ोगे, ऐसे पकड़ोगे, मोस्ट लोगों को ऐसे पकड़नी पड़ेगी, डायरेक्टली जाना मुश्किल है। पहाड़ के ऊपर सीधा एकदम चढ़ जाए तो कुछ लोग होंगे सीधा चढ़ जाए, अधिकतर लोगों को तो ऐसे घूमते ही जाना पड़ेगा, मुश्किल है सीधा देखना, बड़ा खतरनाक लगता है। इतने साल साधना करके हमको समझ में आई बात, मेन कारण राग देश का भी कोई कारण है। हाँ, द्वेषी सिर्फ वो अपने देयर भी रूट्स ऑफ प्रॉब्लम, और उसकी भी कहीं, उसका भी रूट कहीं। इस बात को समझने में नहीं कितना हमको अनुभव है, कितने साल लग गए। अभी भी तुम अभी किसी भी साधक से कह दो तो वो नहीं माने, समझ नहीं आएगी। कभी हमारी डिस्कशन आए थे, यही डिस्कशन चलता रहा, तो इसका भी रूट है
राकेश का
unless we see that root.
तो एटलीस्ट इसका इसका कारण तो ये है कि जिस ट्रेडिशन में हम गए उसने हमें ये ट्रिक दिखाया नहीं, इसी टाइम लगा
दिखाया था, तो वो बाद में समझा था। तो में कहते भी है ना कि आदमी ने नदी में से वो गोता लगाया, उसने ऐसा ना
बाहर निकला, कोई और
बाहर निकला, तो उसको कहता वही नदी है, वो नदी वो नहीं है थी, लेकिन उसको ये बात भी कैसे नहीं समझ में आती कि नदी वही है, वो कहता वही नदी है, और उसको ये नहीं समझ में आ रही कि नदी बदल गई, तो उसको ये कहाँ समझ में आएगा कि मैं ही बदल गया भाई। So it is seen as a very difficult thing to comprehend and therefore postponed. But eventually you realize that that is the beginning of the process. But for coming to that realization, at least we have to go through so much quietening of the mind, being able to see ourselves, कि जो हमको कह रहे हैं कि वेदना पच्चया तन्हा, जो भगवान ने भी कहा है ना, वेदना पच्चया तन्हा, तो वहाँ से काट दो उस बात को, वो सत्य है एक सेंस में, बट वो कटेगी तभी जब इग्नोरेंस कटेगी रियली। You cannot force you can force yourself, of course, practically. मेरे में वेदना हो रही है, मैं सवेरे आज नहीं जगाऊंगा, जो आज नहीं जगाऊंगा, तो मैं तो बना रहेगा, तो लेकिन फायदा भी होगा, फायदा तो हो ही जाएगा ना, आप माइंड स्ट्रांग हो जाएगा, आप राग द्वेष थोड़ा कम होने लगेगा।
जब एक हम कैसे जगह पहुंच जाते हैं, जब हमें ये समझ आना, एटलीस्ट इंटेलेक्चुअली समझ आना शुरू होता है, या फिर जो लोग भी ये समझाते हैं, चाहे हम अजान समीरों की बात करें, ऑल इन होश की बात करें, पहले ही they all focus on changing the attitude, changing the perception, than on anything else. They brush aside all other things and say,
even we can see in Ajahn Sumedho, and the whole tradition says, you must come to a monastery after having attended meditation retreat.
Because they want to show you the right attitude, but that the change of
because
perception is...
you will not be able to understand their thing. Right. That is the reason. अदरवाइज उनकी बात ही नहीं समझ में आएगी। हम एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि मेडिटेशन रिपीट करोगे तो थोड़े मन शांत हो गया होगा, तो फिर हमारी बात हमारी समझ में आएगी हम क्या करें।
इससे अगर हमें जितना भी लिमिटेड कैपेसिटी में जान समझने की बात समझ आनी शुरू हो जाए, या आयरन वर्ड्स की बात समझ आनी शुरू हो जाए, then what? Then should we go and strengthen this split between I and me, or try to make sure that what we understand, we really understand. We just don't understand intellectually, but at the level of experience.
जब से हमारी समझ में आने लगा, we started seeing, giving importance to seeing the arising of ego rather than to anything else. उसके बारे में भी तुम स्प्लिट काटो कैसे? You cannot work towards removing ego.
That's what we are saying. There is no method.
There is no method of getting rid of ego other than being aware. So whenever it arises, just be aware. Whenever it arises, just be aware. That's how its impact on you is to become. So but it will arise. It's this time I see stored habit pattern, stored sankhara, whatever you want to say, they are quietened down. And repeatedly seeing them again and again. Anupashana है ना, चित्तानुपashana, Dhammanupashana, Vedananupashana, Anupashana is continuous. Repeatedly. Passion is seeing. So you have to repeatedly see, keep on seeing, keep on. So that their impact on the mind gets. तो उनका स्टोर्ड इम्पैक्ट है इतना, उसकी जो कह लो मोमेंटम है या एनर्जी जो भी कहना, इस थॉट प्रोसेस में सेल्फ व्यू में जो थॉट है, जो एनर्जी है, वो निकलेगी कैसे सेल्फ व्यू में? इतने कितने जन्मों से हम सेल्फ व्यू में फंसे हुए, तो उसकी जो स्टोर्ड पोटेंशियल है, उसका एनर्जी है, उसको धीरे धीरे शांत करने के लिए फिर उठ जाता है, फिर उठ जाता उठता है, उठता है, सीड नॉट फॉर्मिंग स्ट्रेस। इतने सटल तरीके से उठता है, पता ही नहीं चलता। आपको परिवार से अटैचमेंट है, बच्चों से अटैचमेंट है, वो या अच्छे काम करने अटैचमेंट है, नोबल डीड्स करने से अटैचमेंट है, दान के प्रति अटैचमेंट है। अब तो कोई सोच ही नहीं सकता है, ये भी कोई ऐसी, ये भी अहम का भाव है क्या? सो डिफिकल्ट टू कॉम्प्रिहेंड and to really at that time be aware, you see, ego is arising subtly. Repeated observation, repeated observation. So, and what's the meditation that they
get rid of the ego is the
last resort.
Invincible ego.
अब उसी पर जाओ, उसमें वो किताब है ना उसकी, जो ऊपर लिखी है द बुक, उसका टाइटल है द बुक, टैबू, which on the taboos which the society is not supposed to discuss, on the taboo of not knowing who you are, something like that.
Book title also, the book.
We've used it to, from the traditional Japanese or something लिखा हुआ, Japanese जो लोग हैं वो एक बुक में बेटे को जब शादी होती है तो बुक दे दें ताकि उसको पता चल जाए कि what is the implication of marriage, and उसको they don't want to discuss sex and other things, तो बुक पकड़ा हुआ, ठीक है? अब उस बुक की, अच्छा इस बुक की जरूरत,
okay, so उस तरह से something that people don't talk about.
Yes, some book which I have to give to my children. This is the book I have to. And he mentions, and I have added men sufficiently to the population of this world.
अच्छा,
उसके काफी सारे बच्चे थे ना, 6-7.
So let's read the last paragraph also to get the context. To put it simply, to put to put it still more plainly, the desire for security and the feeling of insecurity are the same thing. To hold your breath is to lose your breath. A society based on the quest of security is nothing but a breath retention. अर्पण आपको हमारी डिस्कशन सुनाई दे रही है आवाज सुनाई दे रही है Seeing my connection is bad, so it is coming and going. But broadly, I'm with you. कहाँ से आना ये मिनिमम वाला वो था मोड भी कहाँ से आया नहीं इसको तो यही छूटा हुआ था
बैकग्राउंड में क्या आ रहा है बोलो
हाँ सर वो
मैं एक और बुक पढ़ रहा था किंडल पे वो भी पढ़ी
उसके बारे में
उसको बंद भी कर सकते हैं
सर हमने ना यहाँ पे इसकी अर्पण के मैसेजेस के लिए विंडो खोल रखी थी
ये अपने आप फॉर्म कर दे इसको मैसेज
नहीं वो वाली पीछे वाली ये सिर्फ टू इसमें आ गई वेट कर गई We look for the security by fortifying and enclosing ourselves in innumerable ways. We want the protection of being exclusive and special, seeking to belong to the safest church, the best nation, the highest class, the right set, and the nice people. These defenses lead to divisions between us, and so to more insecurity demanding more defenses. Of course, it is all done in the sincere belief that we are trying to do the right things and live in the best way. But this too is a contradiction. I can only think seriously of trying to live up to an ideal, to improve myself, if I am split in two pieces. There must be a good I who's going to improve the bad me. I, who has the best intentions, will go work on wayward me, and the tussle between the two will very much stress the difference between them. Consequently, I will feel more separate than ever, and so merely increase the lonely and cut off feeling which make me behave so badly. We can hardly begin to consider this problem unless it is clear that the craving for security in itself is a pain and a contradiction, and that the more we pursue it, the more painful it becomes. This is true in whatever form security be conceived. You may be happy to forget yourself, and yet the more you try to forget yourself, the more you remember the self you want to forget. You want to escape from pain, but the more you struggle to escape, the more you inflame the agony. You are afraid and want to be brave, but the effort to be brave is fear trying to run away from itself. You want peace of mind, but the attempt to pacify it is like trying to calm the waves with a flat iron. We are all familiar with this kind of vicious circle in the form of worry. We know that worrying is futile, but to go on doing it because calling it futile does not stop it. We worry because we feel unsafe and want to be safe. It is perfectly useless to say that we should not want to be safe. Calling a desire bad names doesn't get rid of it. What we have to discover is that there is no safety, that seeking it is painful, and that when we imagine that we have found it, we don't like it. In other words, if we can really understand what we are looking for, that safety is isolation, and that we do to yourself when we look for it, we shall see that we do not want it at all. No one has to tell you that you should not hold your breath for 10 minutes. You know that you cannot do it, and that's the attempt is most uncomfortable. The principal thing is to understand that there is no safety or security. One of the worst vicious circles is the problem of the alcoholic. In very many cases, he knows quite clearly that he is destroying himself, that for him liquor is poison, that he actually hates being drunk, and even dislikes the taste of liquor, and yet he drinks. For dislike it has he may, the experience of not drinking is worse. It gives him the horrors, for he stands face to face with the unveiled basic insecurity of the world. Herein lies the crux of the matter. To stand face to face with the insecurity is still not to understand it. To understand it, you must not face it, but be it. It is like the Persian story of the sage who came to the door of heaven and knocked. From within the voice the god asked, "Who is there?" And the sage answered, "It is I." "In this house," replied the voice, "there is no room for thee and me." So the sage went away, and spent many years pondering over this answer in deep meditation. Returning a second time, the voice asked the same question, and again the sage answered, "It is I." The door remained closed. After some years he returned for the third time, and at his knocking, the voice once more demanded, "Who is there?" And the sage cried, "It is thyself." The door opened. To understand that there is no security is far more than to agree with the theory that all things change, more even than to observe the transitoriness of life. The notion of security is based on the feeling that there is something within us which is permanent, something which endures through all the days and changes of life. We are struggling to make sure of the permanence, continuity, and safety of this enduring core, this central and soul of being, what we call I. For this, we think to be a real man, the thinker of our thoughts, the feeler of our feelings, and the knower of our knowledge. We do not actually understand that there is no security unless we realize that this I does not exist.
ये बहुत crucial बात है, because we try to, even as meditators, trying to be aware of impermanence, we find that इतने सालों से हम खड़े जाते हैं, नित्य बोध भी समझ में आ गया, लेकिन अभी भी आगे नहीं बढ़ पा रहे थे, तो सब उसी लेवल पर रह जाता है. You may be experiencing impermanence of sensation, but it's not really deepening into your perception that everything is impermanent, including me.
Actually, it may be increasing the separation between the experiencer and the experiencer.
But unless we understand the impermanence of I, the experience of impermanence will actually frighten me.
And we say, सब चीजें बदल गई.
Insurance करवाओ.
Understanding comes through awareness. Can we then approach our experience, our sensations, feelings, and thoughts quite simply as if we had never known them before, and without prejudice look at what is going on. You may ask, which experience, which sensations and feelings shall we look at? I will answer, which ones can you look at? The answer is that you must look at the ones you have now. That is surely rather obvious.
The teacher is phenomenal.
His
Matter of speech and words he uses. अंग्रेजी में ऐसा कमांड है, ऐसे शब्द बिल्कुल सिंपल वर्ड होंगे बट बिल्कुल एब्सोल्युटली appropriate to the situation.
Command over the language itself is so powerful. That is surely rather obvious, but very obvious things are often overlooked. If a feeling is not present, you are not aware of it. There is no experience but present experience. What you know, what you are actually aware of, is just what is happening at this moment and no more. And what about memories? Surely by remembering, I can also know what is past. Very well. Remember something. Remember the incidents of seeing a friend walking down the street. What are you aware of? You're not actually watching the veritable event of your friend walking down the street. You can't go up and shake hands with him or get an answer to a question you forget to ask at the past time you were remembering. In other words, you're not looking at the actual past at all. You're looking at a present trace of the past. It is like seeing the tracks of a bird on the sand. I see the present tracks. I do not at the same time see the bird making those tracks an hour ago. The bird has flown, and I am not aware of him. From the tracks, I infer that the bird was there. From memories, you infer that there have been past events, but you are not aware of any past events. You know the past events in the present and as part of the present. We are seeing them that are past, that our experience is altogether momentary. From one point of view, each moment is so elusive and so brief that we cannot even think about it before it has gone. From another point of view, this moment is always here, since we know no other moment than the present moment. It is always dying, always becoming past more rapidly than imagination can conceive. Yet at the same time, it is always being born, always new, emerging just as rapidly from that complete unknown which we call the future. Thinking about it almost makes you breathless. To say that experience is momentary is really to say that experience and the present moment are the same thing. To say that this moment is always dying or becoming past and always being born or coming out of the unknown is to say the same thing of experience. The experience you have just had has vanished irretrievably, and all that remains of it is a sort of wake or track in the present, which we call memory.
प्रेजेंट के बारे में ना एक बार मैंने I listened to Dalai Lama saying something. It was quite amazing. So he's using modern um, understanding of time. What is the present mean? Now and past means 1 second earlier or 1 millisecond or 1 microsecond. So where is the present? When you're saying experience, you have to catch hold of it somewhere. So you can't really catch hold of it. You're always catching hold of the past. It becomes past before you.
Whatever you can catch hold is past.
Yeah. So even before you realize it, it is gone. Yeah. Because when you say present time t equal to 0, where is it?
But time equal to 0 is the only thing that we experience.
The issue is that the moment we put that experience in words, it has already been the past. The moment we feel a sensation, it is already a past, because the process of change is so inherent that we can't really figure it out. So even though we say we want to live in the present, it will be quite a task.
While you can make a guess as to what experience is coming next, in actual fact you do not know. Anything might happen, but the experience which is going on now is, as it were, a newborn infant which vanishes before it can even begin to get older. While you are watching this present experience, are you aware of someone watching it? Can you find in addition to the experience itself an experiencer? Can you at the same time read this sentence and think about yourself reading it? You will find that to think about yourself reading it, you must for a brief second stop reading. The first experience is reading. The second experience is the thought I am reading. Can you find any thinker who's thinking the thought I am reading? In other words, when present experience is the thought I am reading, can you think about yourself thinking this thought? Once again, you must stop thinking, just I am reading. You pass to a third experience, which is a thought. I am thinking that I am reading. Do not let the rapidity with which these thoughts can change deceive you into the feeling that you think them all at once. But what has happened? Never at any time were you able to separate yourself from your present thought or your present experience. The present, the first present experience was reading. When you tried to think about yourself reading, the experience changed. And the next present experience was the thought, I am reading. You could not separate yourself from this experience without passing on to another. It was ring around the rosy. When you were thinking, I am reading this sentence, you were not reading it. In other words, in each present experience, you were only aware of that experience. You were never aware of being aware. You were never able to separate the thinker from the thought, the knower from the known. All you ever found was a new thought, a new experience. To be aware, then, is to be aware of thoughts, feelings, sensations, desires, and all forms of experience. Never at any time you are aware of anything which is not experience. Not a thought or a feeling, but instead an experiencer, thinker or feeler. If that is so, what makes us think that any such thing exists? We might say, for example, that the I, who is the thinker in this physical body and brain, but this body is in no way separate from its thoughts and sensations. When you have a sensation, say, of touch, that sensation is part of your body. While that sensation is going on, you cannot move the body away from it any more than you can walk away from a headache or from your own feet.
Can you walk away from your headache? मेरे को हेडेक हो रहा है, हेडेक अलग है, मैं अलग हो जाता हूँ. कोई क्या बताना चाहता है ना कि वो एक्सपीरियंस के पार्ट ही हैं, हम अलग नहीं हैं. There is no one who is experiencing headache. It is just headache. That's it.
So long as it is present, that sensation is your body and is you. You can remove the body from an uncomfortable chair, but you cannot move it from the sensation of a chair. The notion of separate thinker, of an I distinct from the experience, comes from memory.
Yes, absolutely.
And memory. From the rapidity with the thoughts changes. It is like whirling a burning stick to give the illusion of continuous circle of fire. If you imagine that memory is a direct knowledge of the past rather than a present experience, you get the illusion of knowing the past and the present at the same time. This suggests that there is something in you distinct from both the past and the present experiences. You reason, I know this present experience and it is different from the past experience. If I can compare the two and notice that experience has changed, I must be something constant and apart. But as a matter of fact, you cannot compare this present experience with the past experience. You can only compare it with the memory of the past, which is a part of the present experience. When you see clearly that memory is a form of present experience, it will be obvious that trying to separate yourself from this experience is as impossible as trying to make your teeth bite themselves. There is simply experience. There is not something or someone experiencing experience. You do not feel feelings, think thoughts, or sense sensations any more than you hear hearing, see sight, or smell smelling. I feel fine means that fine feeling is present. It does not mean that there is one thing called I and another separate thing called a feeling. So that when you bring them together, this I feels the fine feeling. There is no feeling but present feelings, and whatever feelings is present is I. No one ever found an I apart from some present experience or some experience apart from an I, which is only to say the two are the same thing. As a mere philosophic...
Yes. This whole thing has been put by Abhidhamma by saying Vedana is a mental factor. It is Vedana which feels. There is no one who is feeling it.
So, sir, Abhidhamma in the sense of I को कैसे
there is no I. There is nothing. It's all an illusion created by taking these personally. वेदना को पर्सनली ले लिया, मेंटल 52 मेंटल फैक्टर गिना दिए, उनके सिवा और कोई रहा ही नहीं मेरे ख्याल से कुछ हुआ.
So जो आइडेंटिफिकेशन प्रोसेस है उसको अभिधम्मा में क्या
ignorance है, अविद्या.
That is the only way to that it is described.
It gets attached to things.
So if there is a feeling,
lack of panya, मतलब उस sense में lack of panya.
So if there is a feeling and there is an experience or what should I say, there is an experience ignorantly say that I am feeling it. How does Abhidhamma approach it?
If you have taken the mental factor of the feeling, you are not attached to that mental factor.
And when your get got attached, is that another attachment? Is attachment another mental factor?
It is basically lack of panya. Panya is not strengthened. Sati is not there. Panya is not there. Basically, they are seen as the once Sati and Panya together, which will enable us to penetrate the nature of reality. So in सब factors को अलग अलग देख पाए.
So sir, when we say कि अब I जागा, in a sense that is nothing called I jaga. It is basically an experience that ignorantly we start to see as I.
We start to feel, get attached to some of the khandhas. And since the mindfulness is present, we are able to see it, attachment. It will be a moment after that. You get attached and a moment after you realize the attachment. Then that mere observation of that moment will cut off. That is the power of sati. Basically power of sati and panya. आपने देख भी लिया अटैच हो रहा है और उसको भी अपने पर्सनली मान लिया, ऐसा तो होना ही चाहिए, और क्या आप करें, अटैच कैसे नहीं होगा, मैं हूँ, मेरे को बुरा भला कर रहा है. Then panya is not there, you are aware and still you are taking it personally.
In this mindfulness जान लिया कि ये ऐसे है, जो उसका असर कम होता है, मतलब थोड़ी देर से करता है.
हाँ, थोड़ी देर से, जितनी देर से जानेंगे उतना असर कम होगा. तो इसलिए अभ्यास बार बार करेंगे, सती पुष्ट हो जाएगी तो गैप विल बी लेस. तो उसका असर तो हो जाता है ना, जब तक हम उसको जानेंगे नहीं तब तक वो अंदर अपने वर्क करे जा रहा है कि इट्स क्रिएटिंग संखारा. किसी ने बुरा भला कह दिया और मैं उससे मेरे मन में व्यथा हो रही है, बेचैनी हो जा रही है, फिर मुझे ख्याल आया रहा है मैं बेचैन हो रहा हूँ, तब जाके उसका इफेक्ट कटेगा. तब तक तो बेचैन रहा ना, और उस तरह तब तक वो टेंडेंसी स्ट्रेंथन हो गई.
As a mere philosophical argument, this is a waste of time. We are not trying to have an intellectual discussion. We are being aware of the fact that any separate I who thinks thoughts and experiences pop up हो जाता है.
very complicated, but
we are being aware of the fact that any separate I who thinks thoughts and experience is an illusion. To understand that is to realize that life is entirely momentary, that there is neither permanence nor security, and that there is no I which can be protected. There is a Chinese story of one who came to a great sage saying, I have no peace of mind, please pacify my mind. Sage answered, bring out your mind, your I before me, and I will pacify it. These many years, he replied, I have sought my mind, but I cannot find it. There, concluded the sage, it is pacified. The real reason why human life can be so utterly exasperating and frustrating is not because there are facts called death, pain, fear, or hunger. The madness of the thing is that when such facts are present, we circle, buzz, write, and whirl, trying to get the I out of the experience. We pretend that we are amoebas and trying to protect ourselves from life by splitting in two. Sanity, wholeness, and integration lie in the realization that we are not divided, that man and his present moment experience are one, and no separate I or mind can be found. While the notion that I am separate from my experience remains, there is confusion and turmoil. Because of this, there is neither awareness nor understanding of the experience, and thus no real possibility of assimilating it. To understand this moment, I must not try to be divided from it. I must be aware of it with my whole being. This, like refraining from holding my breath for 10 minutes, is something I should do.
Not.
It is not something I should do. In reality, it is the only thing I can do. Everything else is insanity of attempting the impossible. To understand music, you must listen to it. But so long as you are thinking, I am listening to this music, you are not listening. To understand joy or fear, you must be wholly and undividedly aware of it. As long as you are calling it names and saying I am happy or I am afraid, you are not being aware of it. Fear, pain, sorrow, and boredom must remain problems if we do not understand them. But understanding requires a single and undivided mind. This surely is the meaning of that strange saying. If thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light.
This is Christ's statement. Tries to explain the absence of I. Nice statement. To understand music, you must listen to it. But as long as you're thinking, I am listening, you're not listening. So the moment you are out of that experience, you try to find out something. You're out of the experience.
I was listening to one of his talks where he claimed that he was trying to teach people that you can be aware of the sounds. And he said that let's take the example of what we are hearing now, which is my voice and my talk. And he said that just be aware of the sounds of my talk and don't worry about understanding it. The mind will take care of it. The brain will take care of it. You don't have to think कि जब तक मैं ध्यान नहीं दूंगा मुझे until I bring my eye into it, I will not be able to understand it. That was very powerful. That even if you don't consciously try to understand, the brain will understand it if you are there.
चलो बना दीजिए चाय आज पे बना दी कि नहीं आज कश्मीरी कबाब पियेंगे ठंड है ना ठीक लगता है हाँ पिया कभी
कश्मीरी कहवा सब डिफरेंट तरह के काढ़ा टाइप होते हैं वो मेरे इन-लॉज होते हैं कुछ बनाते हैं तो रामदेव की काढ़े वगैरह सब तो उसको पी लेते हैं
ये काढ़ा नहीं कश्मीरी काढ़ा बस चलो आज के लिए बता दे रहे हैं अनबायस्ड तरीके से
Arpan, any questions, comments?
Thanks, very nice deja vu. It's like the things that we have been reading and talking about.
So how is the discussion going on the Saturday morning?
अभी शुरू हुआ बस बीच में तो चला गया था वो सब जैसे कहता है ऊपर क्या कहता है कल वो अनडिवाइडेड माइंड है वो हमने पहले एक दो बार
रोडनी वाली
हाँ उन्होंने उसके कुछ एक्सर्ट्स बनाए थे तो उसी को डिस्कस करते Basically, he is driving उनका बड़ा इंटरेस्ट है कि हाँ बैठा करें कुछ करा. सोच रहा था जैसे हमने वन डे अनत्ता भी किया था ना, ऐसे हम वन डे डिपेंडेंट ओरिजिनेशन भी किया. मटेरियल है. So dependent origination is
More technical.
key. And it is something which should be practiced by us. When we see through it, then we really see through the arising of ego. कहाँ पे न्याय आता है बदल में.
You specially prepare for these sessions, like you prepared some slides for dependent origination.
नहीं, हाँ उसके लिए भी ज़्यादा नहीं करता. तो when I prepared for जब वो अनत्ता वाला था तो slides बनाए, तो डिस्कशन किया. Meditated and then discussed meditation, alternating.
तो जयपुर वाले उसका कोई फॉलो अप हो रहा है
वहाँ पे मैंने भी बात मतलब कुछ तो हुआ था. मैंने मुझे फीडबैक लिया था तो कुछ ने कहा था कर रहे हैं. उनमें से एक का तो मुझे पता है, उसने फेसबुक पर डाला था कि भाई हाँ तो शी शिफ्टेड टू बॉम्बे. एंड बॉम्बे में उसने एक स्कूल में माइंडफुलनेस की वर्कशॉप की. शी इज ओल्ड मेडिटेटर. सो शी put on Facebook and people like and सारा मटेरियल में दे आया था ना, तब तो नेट पे पोस्ट करने में से जब पोस्ट कर दिया.
सर अपने
वीडियोस का लिंक नहीं डाला है.
हाँ लिंक
वो डालना पड़ेगा. अभी मुझे लगा था कि वीडियो का लिंक नहीं डाला. अरे वीडियो अपलोड करना भी बहुत है.
नहीं जो अपलोड करने की जरूरत नहीं, अगर वो ऑलरेडी डाउनलोड है ना तो आपका लिंक डाल
अरे यूट्यूब पे है ना.
हाँ तो फिर लिंक चाहिए
यूट्यूब आई थिंक इसको कर लेंगे.
Arpan, I'll close the session for the day.
और कश्मीरी कहवा मिस कर लिया. You are missing कहवा कुछ अर्पण.
He's saying next time. Okay, bye Arpan.
तो नेक्स्ट टाइम बनाना पड़ेगा तो क्या बारिश नहीं होगी तो भी